Last week, a developer named Frederick Van Brabant wrote a blog post that got over 650 upvotes on Hacker News. The title was, "I don't think AI will make your processes go faster." He's right that the AI model itself isn't what makes a business faster, but he stops at the diagnosis. He doesn't name what does speed things up. That's what I want to do here. There are three things that actually make a business faster after you add AI. You only get all three if the AI is running every day. A consultant who builds a one off project and then leaves gives you 0 out of 3. Let me walk through them. The first effect is that errors get captured every week, and over time, they stop happening. In the first week of any AI workflow, the model makes mistakes. It writes an email in the wrong tone. It puts a customer into the wrong segment of your CRM. It marks a low priority follow up as urgent. That's normal in week one. What matters is what happens to that mistake. If someone catches it and writes it down somewhere a human can read, in a prompt file or a rules document, the workflow learns. The next week, the model has the new rule built in, and the mistake doesn't happen again. The week after that, a different new mistake gets caught, written down, and removed. After a few months, the workflow is much sharper than it was at the start. Not because the model changed, because every captured correction made the prompt or the routing logic a little smarter. A consultant who built your AI thing and then went home can't do this for you. They were optimizing the build, not living with it. Capture corrections aren't in their contract. The only way to get this effect is to have the same workflow running every day with someone watching for the mistakes and writing them down. The second effect is cadence. Cadence means how often the workflow runs, and how often it runs matters more than how good the model is. Take outbound prospecting as an example. The same 500 contacts in Apollo, the same Claude prompt for writing connection requests. You have two ways to send them. The first way is to pick a Tuesday afternoon when you have time and send all 500 at once. The second way is to send 100 a day for 5 business days in a row. The model's the same, the list the same, the prompts are the same. The second version, the daily one, gets more meetings, almost always, by a lot. The reason is that a prospect's in a different headspace on a Monday morning than they're on a Wednesday evening. If you only send once, you get one chance to land in a buying moment. If you send daily for 2 weeks, you get 14 chances. Over a month, 21 or 22, a consultant project that runs once and then sits gives you one chance. An AI workflow that runs every business day for a year gives you over 250 chances, even if the model's mediocre. The third effect takes a minute to explain, but it's the biggest one. When you build the first AI workflow in your business, most of the time goes into building the things underneath it. The queue, the retry policy, the way the workflow logs what it does, the connection to your CRM, that's the foundation. The first workflow might take 2 weeks of real work, and most of that time is the foundation, not the workflow itself. When you go to build the second workflow, you don't need a new queue, you don't need a new retry policy. The foundation's already there. The second workflow takes a fraction of the time the first one took. By the third workflow, the foundation's fully reused. New workflows turn into one new prompt and one new trigger. What took weeks at the start now takes a day. A consultant has no incentive to build the foundation this way. If you want workflow 2 from them, you get quoted about what you paid for workflow 1. A daily operator has every reason to build for reuse because the same person uses the same foundation every time. So the third compounding effect is that the cost of each new workflow goes down as you add more. To recap the three effects: first, errors get captured every week, so the workflow gets sharper without anyone retraining the model. Second, running every day gives you 20 times more chances to land than running once. Third, once the foundation's built, each new workflow on top of it costs a fraction of the first one. You only get all three if the AI is running every day with someone responsible for it and corrections are getting written down. A one-off consultant project gives you 0 out of 3. If you're evaluating an AI project right now, ask the person pitching it which of the three effects you'll get. Most pitches don't survive that question.